Good morning guys, myself Sandeep Kumar Reddy from Ingenious Competitive Training Academy, which is located in Kadiri, that is in Anantapur district. So it's already discussed near about part 2 have been discussed, near about 200 questions have been discussed in part 100 and part 2 is 100. So it's very lengthy, so I'm just making it for 50 one-liners only because we have got a huge, it's going to be huge usage of the data. So let us start with the next slide. So if you see this, so there are slide numbers has been given like this. We will discuss 10 into 5 is 50 questions. So initially we have the development history of the individual is called ontogeny. As you can see here right side, ontogeny means, so whatever the development history it is happening in the during the stage of development process during the birth. So this history is known as ontogeny. This will happen in the womb of the mother. So next we have golden age of dinosaurs was during the era. So that age is known as Mesozoic era during the time of dinosaurs, whatever the stage. So next we have vestigial organs. As we are aware, vestigial organs are vermiform, appendix, tailbone, mammary glands for the human. These are all vestigial organs which are of no use, and except epiglottis. As you can see, epiglottis, it's down below near to the throat. So this is not a vestigial organ. This is a useful organ. So dinosaurs roamed the earth around near about 630 million years ago. As you can see, that Mesozoic era was occurred 630 million years ago. It was there. So that dinosaurs roamed at that moment. So next we have, in term of geological time span, man is believed to have appeared on the earth in the Pleistocene. So as you can see here how that stage is there. So during that time, geological time span, the man has, you can see the man how he looked. So next we have the metallurgical process and refining of zinc, copper and nickel and manufacturing of pesticides and fertilizers causes water pollution. So these are all causes water pollution. Metallurgical process and refining, whatever the zinc, copper and nickel, manufacturing industries, these are all pesticides which directly cause water pollution only. The main constituent of human skeleton is, as you can see, human skeleton, in our bones we have calcium, which is a main constituent, you can tell, and covering of heart is known as pericardium. As you can see, this heart has got the covering layer, that thickened pericardium cut away. So here you can see pericardium. So that is a covering of the heart, you can tell as the covering of heart is known as pericardium. That cover, that layer is that. The strongest muscle of the body, as we knew that strongest bone is thigh bone, that is known as femur, and the muscle in our body is, that is thigh bone, thigh muscle. So here the secretion of ductless gland are called hormones. We knew that whatever the secretion of the ductless glands are known as hormones. These are the few hormones, as you can see, hypothalamus, which is secreted by pituitary gland, pineal gland, you can see there. What are the pineal gland? Melatonin will be secreted. So you can see all whatever the water secretions and where which organs secretes which one. So stomach, gastrin juices and gastrin juices. Pancreas, you can see insulin is produced secreted by pancreas. Ovary secretes estrogen. Uterus, prolactin and relax. Testis and androgens, estradiol. So these are all kidney, calcitriol and renin. These are all produced by the different type of organs. Next we have the principal organ of digestion and absorption of food in our body. As we are aware that small intestine is responsible for the digestion as well as absorption of food in our body. So here we have the bile secreted by liver gets stored in gallbladder. As you can see, there is a gallbladder. Here the bile juice is stored. So this has to be remembered. This is one of the important bit. So a tissue is a group of cells having similar origin, structure and function. So tissue is the one, it's a group of cells having similar origin, structure and function. So again we have hemoglobin is found in blood, as we are aware that hemoglobin found in blood. The salient function of blood circulation is to send oxygen to every cell. We knew that blood has got hemoglobin whose function is to carry the oxygen from one place to other place all over the body. So as you can see, the blood circulation, this is the way of carrying transfusion from one place to other place, which is pumped by the various veins. So next we have expiration and inspiration of air in lungs are caused by. So what are the expiration and inspiration of air lungs are caused by contraction and expansion of intercostal muscles and diaphragm. So this happens in the lungs, so on the muscles and intercostal muscles and diaphragm. So the teeth are embedded in the sockets, they are known as theodont. So as you can see that socket, as you can see the red color, these are all socket of jaw as well as the socket of incisors, canines, premolars and molars. So you can see here the number of molars you find here. Molars are near about 3 one side and 3 other side. So like this, premolars are these 2, canines as you can see 1, and we have incisors like this. So whatever the socket we use, what is the name of that socket? That socket is theodont. Insulin is secreted by, already discussed, pancreas secretes insulin. Milk, butter and ghee provides vitamin A and D. As we are aware, vitamin D also get from the sun, and retinol, that is vitamin A, vitamin D is calciferol. So milk, butter and ghee, what they provide maximum, that is vitamin A as well as vitamin D. All enzymes are made up of protein. We should remember that all whatever the enzymes we get from the made up of proteins. So here we can see enzymes are protein molecules and so are made up of amino acids. So these amino acids are joined together in a long chain which is folded to produce a unique 3D globular shape. So this is the one which has to be remembered. The sequence of amino acids and the shape of determine the enzyme function. So these are all things to be remembered. So don't forget to go through all these slides. So next we have the number of cervical vertebrae in man is, that is 7. So what exactly that 7 is? Here you can see the figure in 7 cervical vertebrae as well as thoracic vertebrae we have 12 and lumbar vertebrae we have 5. So these are to be remembered, 7, 12 and 5, which are to be remembered, very important. You have sacrum as well as coccyx. So here what has been given is number of cervical vertebrae we have, that is 7. A human heart per heartbeats, if you see that normal heartbeat is 72 times, that has to be remembered, normal human. The main function of the white cells in the body is to protect the body against diseases. So here we have, that is the main function of the white cells, white blood cells we can call it as, so that is to protect the body against diseases. So platelets also in clotting of the blood, that is one type of clotting for the benefit of the clotting. So here these white cells will help you in fighting against the diseases. Lungs are covered by pleura. Here you can see the right lung and left lung which are covered by right pleural cavity as well as left pleural cavity. So which is covered by this pleural cavity. So that has to be remembered, lungs are covered by the pleural cavity. In human beings, fertilization takes place in fallopian tube. As you can see, fallopian tube in women, these kind of tubes you will find in female, as you can see. So that fertilization takes place over this fallopian tube, and you can see the ovaries that will be found in female as well as uterus. You will find where urine is stored. So vagina, this is the birth canal of the women, you can tell birth canal. So that is, these are all to be remembered. Next we have the slide. The female sex hormone manufactured by the ovary is called estrogen. So what are the hormone which are manufactured in ovary is, that is estrogen. As you can see that estrogen is manufactured over there. So next we have, when does the heart take rest? So heart never take rest, because if you take rest you will die. So next, the part of our heart receives deoxygenated blood, that is right auricle. As you can see, left auricle as well as right auricle, where we take the deoxygenated blood, that is right auricle. So auricle and ventricle, we have ventricle is down below and auricle is upper one. So right auricle will receive the deoxygenated blood. So here pulse reading is done by the doctors to find the heartbeat. Obviously the doctors will take the pulse, that is to measure the heartbeat per second. So here for per minute. So here we have scapula is the shoulder bone. Here we can see that scapula, which is a right shoulder bone or left shoulder bone, that can be your choice. It's a shoulder bone, whatever the shoulder bone we have, that is a scapula. So you can go through that estrogen, what action, what it does, breast development, as well as increase cholesterol in bile, increase in fat store, and maturation and maintenance of bone mineral density, muscle strength, preventing. These are all one type of action. You can go through that. Next we have ball and socket type of joint is found between femur and pelvic. As you can see here, femur head, ball, and socket acetabulum. So this type of acetabulum is known as socket and femoral head is known as ball. So these are all ball and socket type of joint is found between femur and pelvic. Which of the following is not an animal hormone? That is, auxin is not the one which is not an animal hormone. That auxin is, you can find this, auxin eradication causes terminal birth, it's you will find in plants. So sunlight from above the plant produces auxins in equal amount around the shoot. The shoot grows straight. So here which is clear that the auxin, the one which you will not find in the animal hormone, this is the part of the plant. So the vitamin gets destroyed during the process and cooking of food. The vitamin which is most susceptible to heat destruction is vitamin C. As you can see, vitamin C is the one which is vitamin gets destroyed during the process of cooking and food. So example, you can tell whatever the citric one, if you start cooking it maximum time, it is susceptible to heat destruction, so it destroy earliest. So organic food includes what exactly organic foods we have? Vitamins, fats, proteins, these are all consist of organic foods. The largest gland in the human body is liver. As we are aware that liver is the largest in the largest gland in our human body. Largest endocrine gland is, that is thyroid gland. Next we have the largest endocrine gland, that is thyroid gland, as you can see right side. And gastric juice contain following enzymes. So whatever the gastric juice inside our stomach, we have that is pepsin and renin. So next we have glomerulus of human kidney is enclosed in Bowman's capsule. So this is the way of Bowman's capsule looks like. It has got, the kidney has got the cover of this Bowman's capsule, which is surrounded by this Bowman's capsule. The organ responsible for the purification of blood is, that is blood is purified by the kidney, whose function is, that is nephron is the functional unit in that. The fat tissue containing large number of cells that store fat drops or globules is called adipose. So as you can see that fat tissue containing large number of cells that store fat drops or globules is called adipose. Here adipose tissue, you can see that how it looks like. So collagenous tissues, as well as these are all adipose tissue which is to be remembered. So next we have biological death of the patient means death of the tissue of the brain. So this biological death means he has got the brain hemorrhage and he will die. So next we have blood vessels that bring blood back to the heart from the body. So whatever the vessels which carries blood from the body to the, from the back to the heart, from the body to the heart, so that vessels are known as veins. As you can see veins like this. So these are all some type of varicose veins. So from the veins will directly get back to the heart, that is veins. So pacemaker of the heart is SA node. As we are aware, recently we people have got a junk food and whatever the heart is happening, there is a cholesterol increase in the, there is a blockage in the heart veins and all. So here that SA node, sinoatrial node is known as. So this initiates impulses that contract the heart without brain or nerve signals. Located at the right atrium, impulse travels to left atrium and contracts it. So this type of impulse will be given by the pacemaker, small chip will be inserted in your heart. So here we have the normal blood pressure. As we are aware, systolic is 120, diastolic is 80. 120 by 80 is the normal blood pressure, which is measured by the sphygmomanometer, that is millimeter Hg. It will be measured in millimeter Hg. Reproduction in man is only by sexual intercourse. As we are aware that reproduction in man, in the human, how it happens is by sexual intercourse only. So next we have the age of puberty in girls. As we are aware, girls will get the puberty stage, that is between stage 3, age 12 to 13 years. Growth of breast will happen and pubic hair continues, as well as armpit hair starts to grow. The vagina grows in size. First menstrual cycle begins. Then you have to use pads. So next we have your human sperm has how many chromosomes? Human sperm has got 46 chromosomes, that has to be remembered, that is in 23 pair. Androgens is a male hormones. These are male hormones. Electrocardiogram gives information of auricles and ventricles. So this ECG gives information of auricles and ventricles. So that is the reason we start taking the ECG report, that gives the pulse as well as the heartbeat. As well as human heart is 4 chambered. As we are aware, these are the 4 chambers which human heart has got: left atrium, right ventricle, as well as left ventricle. So these are the 4 chambers which are exist. So as you can see here, so what exactly the testosterone, as well as, so here we have the final slides. So with this we will end the slides. So overall all these slides are discussed because these questions may be important for the army examinations as well as railway and Ntpc. If you think that if there is any issue in the slides, please message me. You are free to message and you can comment, or I want you to go through my playlist. This will help you in clearing your doubts. If you feel that any suggestions wants to be given, so please, you are welcome. And let me tell you, please share to maximum people, let them get benefited. All are there in a picturized manner. You can understand once you go through that. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Have a great life.